So hi guys and welcome back. As you can see, I just got my new Quanum version 2 Pro goggles in, and today we will take a close look at them. We will do a time-lapse build of them. We will compare their features with the features of the traditional version 2, and I will try to give a good conclusion of what I think about them. First, let's take a look at what is in the box. As you can see here, there are plenty of accessories in the box. So some improvements which I did was that they have really adapter cables for any of the receivers out there. So this is a great thing. And I will go into more detail about the individual parts when we put this together. And this is already our keyword. Let's quickly put them together to see what they look like. And after that, we will take a close look at the, for me, most important new features, which are of course the new lenses and some other more minor improvements. So let's start the time lapse. So as you can see, we have now put them together loosely. You can see them here side by side with the old Quanum version 2. And we will just simply quickly go through the features of this new version, of the Pro version, and then we go into some details. It comes with a nice manual, as you can see here, and it's really easy to put together, as you just saw in the time-lapse video. So let's take a look. Basically, as you can see, they look quite similar to the old versions. So there are only minor changes to the outside. which I will just quickly go through. So one of the changes is that they now have the battery back on the back, the battery back on the back. Let me just focus this for you. So this is nice because it moves some of the weight of the goggles to the back, which is a nice thing because then they will not be so heavy on your head. Other than that, it's very similar. They also did some minor improvements, as you can see here with the old goggles. You had basically not a good way to really tighten this overhead strap here. So this is much better with the new goggles, where you can simply tighten it here. So this is a great thing. Let's take a further look. On the left side here, it's basically your usual goggles. Here comes your receiver. Here's space for another thing. And here you can reach in to adjust the focus of the lens, which is one of the major improvements, which we will take a look at in a minute. And other than that, if you look at the bottom side, you can also see a difference, because also this is now strapped on, so you can change this to a fitting which you like. And here on the top you have the space for a head tracker or something like that. We will actually use that for something else, for a quite nice improvement of them, which will come in one of the future videos. So all in all, this is quite similar to the old Quanums. For me, the major upgrade is of course the nice adjustable strap here, but of course it is the lenses. So we will now take a closer look at the new lenses. So first, as a reminder, so the old Quanums come with these Fresnel type lenses. You can see it here. You all know them. These are not bad lenses, so these work quite well. Are also very lightweight, which is an advantage of these lenses compared to the new ones, but there are some disadvantages to this. You can see that these work by having all these ripples in there. I call them ripples, which works well for magnification, as you can see. So this is fine, but it also has some disadvantages. First, these ripples here make these kind of lenses very hard to clean. As you can see here, even these are actually lenses which I did not have in use. They come right out of the package here, and you can already see all this dust here. And since this is the Fresnel, I think it's called Fresnel type of lens, this is quite hard to clean. But other than that, they work fine. But what one can also see, I will try to show it here. Yeah, with my fingers, let's see. Well, what I want to show here actually is that they take away quite a bit of contrast and of sharpness, due to these being, well, let's say, cheap plastic lenses. So this is a disadvantage of them. Let's try to do another test here. Yeah, here you can see it nicely, I think. The colors are a bit more washed out than in reality, and sharpness, even if I move to the focus point, is reduced for them. It's just a tiny bit. They are still great lenses. And here is what the new Quanums come with. These are these acrylic lenses. You can see these are quite a bit more massive and also have a bit more weight, of course, than these Fresnel lenses, but you can see they are clear lenses. So there are no ripples on them. They are very easy to clean, of course not with the finger please, but use one of these special clothes for that. But they are very easy to clean, which is a big advantage. And something you can also already see, they do not take away from the colorfulness, from the colors of the image. So they are clearer to look through. Let's do the other test here. So you can see, other than the Fresnel lenses, these do not take away from the colors, so these do not reduce the saturation of the colors. And what is another improvement of them is that they really are sharper than the Fresnel lenses. So I will show this to you a bit later with the lenses which I have already built into these new Quanum goggles. You will be able to better see them. These new goggles come with 3 of these lenses. This is the lens with 1 times magnification, and there is also a lens with 1.25 and 1.5 magnification. The reason why you only see one of these lenses out here is that I have put both of the others into my Quanum V2. Why did I do this? I found out that with using only the 1.5 magnification, the magnification was actually a lot lower than with my original Quanums. And I got used to this big FOV that I put both the 1.5 and 1.25 times magnification lens in there. And this is actually supported. So as you can see here, this is what they call double lens application, where you actually put both of them in there. So if you really love the magnification of these old Quanum V2 goggles with the Fresnel lens, then I would also suggest you to use both the 1.25 and 1.5 times magnification lenses in the new ones. So before we go to the live test, there is one more thing which I want to show to you, because I have mentioned it, which is the weight of these lenses. So let's take a look here. And as I said, this is maybe a minor disadvantage of these new lenses, which have a lot of advantages, of course, as I just told you. So this is the old Fresnel lens, and you can see this comes in at roughly 6.6 grams. And this is the new acrylic clear type lens, which comes in at 50 grams. So that is quite a bit more. And I think this is also the reason why they moved the battery holder to the back, to just, well, somehow compensate for the added weight in the front. But I have already used them, and even having both of the lenses in here, I really can't feel the difference to my old Quanums, basically because of this head strap here. So the complete weight is well divided, is well spread around my head, so I will have no problem using these, even as the lenses are a bit heavier. So what we will do now is, of course, a live test. I will give you a live comparison of the image quality of both of these goggles, of the old Quanum version 2 and the new Quanum version 2 Pro with the acrylic glass lenses. Okay, we have now set this up for the live test. You can see the new Quanum version 2 Pro here, the old Quanum version 2 here, and here is my trusty ZM R180 build. I'm using a EA Shine CCD camera in here, which I will use for the image quality comparison. But first, we will keep the ZM-R off. I want to actually show you the snowflake screen, which also already gives a quite good comparison of the two. I will try to bring this into focus here. So as you can see, these are the old Quanum goggles, and well, I hope you can see it. I will just put it a bit more into here, so here. So simply check out the snowflakes. to see, to get an impression of how they look like. And what you especially need to see here is that at the sides here, on the right, yeah, I have my fingers, and on the left, you have quite some image distortion actually. So these snowflakes look, and on the bottom and on the top as well, so the snowflakes here look somehow stretched out, which is due to the Fresnel lens. You won't notice this as much when flying, but this effect is here. And now let's take a look at the new lens, which I have here. I'll just keep that hanging down there. And what you can see is, yes, the snowflakes themselves are not as distorted. What is visible is that the image itself is a bit more distorted. So it is, you have a bit of a curving there on top and on the bottom. But the snowflakes, so the image itself is not distorted. And you can already see it here, that the sharpness of this lens is much better than the Fresnel lens, the sharpness and the contrast of this lens. So I will show you again the other version, the Fresnel lens, and I think you can see what I mean. So the snowflakes, which are somehow distorted, the screen itself is not curved, not as curved, a bit curved, not as curved as with the acrylic lens. But also the contrast here is much lower, and this is not only because of the lights here, it is really the case because the acrylic version, the acrylic lens, is simply sharper. What we will do now is, I will turn on my ZMR and give you a real picture to again compare the quality of the new lens versus the old lens. So let's take a look at this. We will again start with the old lens, with the Fresnel lens of the Quanum version 2 here, to give you an impression. So I will try to focus this here for you, to give you an impression. And yes, you can, I think, quite nicely see it. I will just try to get rid of the reflections here. Yeah, let's put it like that. And you can see, yes, the image is, of course, is nice, so there's not a major problem. But look at the colors, please, and look at the part on top here. I will show it, where I have these red cans hanging to check out the sharpness. So I will just again focus this. Yes, so this is as sharp as it gets, and just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind of my heat gun, the heat gun here, the yellow one. I'll just keep this in mind and keep the colors in mind. And now let's move to the new lens. And what you can see here, I think, yes, I think it's nicely viewable even in the video. This lens is sharper. So it is basically, yes, you can see it if you look at the heat gun, at my red canisters up there, at my red buckets up there. You can see it is sharper, and it also represents the colors better. So it does not desaturate the colors as much as the Fresnel lens. So yes, for me, it is very clear. So just think about this. If you can see it in the video, even in the video, you will even more see it in real life. So there is really a difference between these lenses, and the new the new acrylic lenses are really much better than the old Fresnel lenses. So I hope that I could give you a good comparison between the old goggles here and the new goggles here. They have some very nice upgrades. So what is my conclusion? If you are an existing owner of the old goggles, I would not suggest you to buy the new goggles, because the battery holder on the back, with a bit of do-it-yourself, you can make this your own. You don't need the new goggles for that. If you had problems wearing these because of this not being adjustable, then yes, you can upgrade these goggles by simply buying this new sock here. What I would definitely suggest to you, if you are a user of these goggles, get the lens upgrade kit. It's around, I think, 25 bucks or something, and as you can see, and I hope I was able to make this visible for you, the quality difference is there. So they are a bit better. If you use the lens upgrades, if you use the new lenses and want to have as huge of an FOV as you had in your old ones, use both the 1.5 and the 1.25 magnification lenses in them. This will give you a great picture. One further advantage of the new lenses is, of course, that they are so easy to clean. So this is a really good advantage. So if you're an old user of the Quanums, get the lens upgrade kit, and the other things you can, well, pretty easily do it yourself. If you are new to FPV, then these new Quanums are an excellent starter kit. They give you a huge FOV, a very nice picture quality, so I would always suggest them. I've been flying FPV for years and I still use the Quanums. So they are not only for beginners. So this was basically my conclusion. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And well, yes, I'm looking forward to see you next time, when we will probably review this nice diversity receiver, which has a built-in spectrum analyzer. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. If you are as well, subscribe and see you next time.